Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces, and this is your Wednesday weather update. We have a ton to talk about today. We do have some dense fog out there this morning, which has triggered a dense fog advisory for some areas here. We may push some record highs this afternoon, and the main thing we'll be talking about is the potential to see some severe weather tomorrow as well as Friday, especially Friday across some portions of the Arklatex here. So we'll have a full breakdown of that for you, but the weather situation for us today had that little front that rolled through yesterday did dry us out just a touch here. So there are a lot of areas that are waking up here to temperatures in the 40s and 50s. It's definitely chilly out there across most of the region, but that front is just to the north of Manny and Natchitoches, so it's a little warmer there. And this front's actually coming back as a warm front later tonight, but given that we're on the drier side of things, we'll break through the fog and the clouds this morning, expecting it will just be partly cloudy and maybe at times mostly cloudy this afternoon, but there will be some dense fog, especially I-20 and I-49 if you're traveling that stretch of roadway, especially through Louisiana this morning. We're expecting the visibility will drop down to a mile or less here, and the temperatures this afternoon not quite as warm as yesterday. We did break the records up and down across the Arklatex in the low 80s yesterday. Today we'll top out in the mid to upper 70s, and it wouldn't be surprising to maybe see a few areas pop 80 degrees briefly this afternoon. This will likely be the final day at 80 this week. We'll cool just a few degrees tomorrow and Friday, but the warm weather through Friday before we cool down over the weekend. So the reason we'll cool down over the weekend, this storm system that's out here in the southwest will kind of nudge a cold front through a little later this week. Now the ingredients for some storms will build in by tomorrow, but we have a pretty, I would say, strong cap or lid on the atmosphere that again, storms will have a hard time breaking through tomorrow. I don't expect we'll see a lot of rain and storms on Thursday. That will change on Friday, so Friday's outlook does call for a slightly higher risk of severe weather, especially across Louisiana, and that window for severe weather on Friday will probably open by the late morning or early afternoon. Wind and hail the main threats here, but there is going to be some tornado potential, especially with the storms on Friday, but it looks like the best ingredients for tornadoes will still be to the east of us. So we'll run you through the end of the week here on your Robins Toyota Futurecast. Hopefully this will help you time out the rest of the week with those storms here, but you can see the clouds rolling in tonight. Don't think we'll see much rain tonight or early tomorrow morning, but the clouds out there will keep us in the 60s for the most part tomorrow morning, and that's kind of that lid that we're talking about on the atmosphere. If we don't get a chance to warm up enough, then the storms really won't get going tomorrow, and that's what Futurecast is picking up on, so it really doesn't push much rain through late Thursday into early Friday here, but that will change. That cold front that's coming through will move into the region here midday on Friday. You can see those storms popping up by the late morning. These will be the ones here to watch as far as that severe weather potential, so it looks like we'll avoid any severe weather across most of Texas, Oklahoma, and some portions of Arkansas. I'm mainly focused on these areas of Louisiana for Friday here, but those would be the storms capable of some of the severe weather hazards. The storms that would cause the tornadoes, those would be the ones over here to the east, over towards Alexandria and Baton Rouge, but we're still a few days away here, so it's possible that the storms, if they're delayed a few hours, could pop up over the Arklatex. So if you have some travel plans or just doing some things on Friday, I would urge you to check back for updates, as we'll have a better handle on the timing in the upcoming days here. But we are going to dry out pretty quickly Friday evening, and that cool air will settle in behind the front for the weekend. Still don't expect we'll see a lot of rain here, so the burn bans do persist across most of the region here, and that's another point. Pretty high fire danger today, so just make sure to forego any outdoor burning today, and as we head into the weekend, it will be extremely dry out there, so I think that wildfire danger will stay with us through the weekend, and I think a lot of next week as well. But we will be in the 50s, kind of a breezy and chilly day Saturday. Wind will die down a bit on Sunday, and it looks like our next freeze could come in either Sunday night or Monday morning, in highs likely in the 50s and 60s for most of next week.